Susie, just to bring it back a little bit to the Eagles, there's a lot that goes into a contract negotiation, I think, behind the scenes, a little bit more than just the money. Can you talk about a little bit what athletes think about when they go into signing a new contract? And that kind of when that kind of brings us over to Sam Bradford. Do you think he's going to come back to the Eagles?
Oh, you know what? The Eagles, with as much transition as they're experiencing right now, and there's a lot of things that the front office isn't going to tell the media. And you know, Chip Kelly was not wrong to let DeSean Jackson go. I still, and I knew why, and I agreed with Chip wholeheartedly for having done what he did. Like, there are a lot of things that people don't hear about because, again, the Eagles are a very strong organization. So they do not expose their weaknesses, meaning if a player has had a domestic situation and it can be covered up, it will be. If there's other situations like that. So, but what that guy does is he reveals his character to the coaches, to the front office, to your team. Now, maybe we as like the mass public, we don't hear about it, but that doesn't mean it's not going on. And we don't see it in the newspapers. I mean, we see a bunch of crap, but there are things, again, like, if you're an organization like the Eagles, like, you know how to protect your assets, and like you do not expose your weaknesses. And weaknesses equal things like DUIs and just doing stupid stuff like being out at 2 o'clock in the morning going 200 miles an hour in your new stupid Porsche. Like, those are dumb. Those are weaknesses, and we won't hear about them, but those things do happen. And when you're revealing that character, you're asking to get traded. Like, you know, your teammates don't love it. Your coaches can't handle it. Like, you can't stay. Nobody wanted to tell the truth about Sean, but like Chip was not wrong about that.
Is there a little bit more to that situation that the mass public doesn't know about? You suggested like the Eagles covered something up.
So if you kind of go back to what I said, there were like two things that I dropped in between lines there that I honestly still can't specifically come out and say, just because, you know, I am still friends with some people that are part of that organization and on the team, so I can't do that. But I would say that the things that I said earlier weren't blanket generic examples. They were pretty specific. So, yeah, I'm like, I don't even know how to. I'm like, yeah, that's. And you know what? The other thing too, and this is the compliment. I can't believe that I'm complimenting my ex-husband this much this morning. He is a team player. He's been on that like Brent Carey. Like, he's a good leader. He actually, so I don't know, the playoffs, Cardinals. What was this, like, probably 6 years ago now, 7, something like that. Like, he had the game of his life. And it was so close. I mean, I think that game went into overtime. And, I mean, Brown was destroyed. And I don't know. I don't think every guy is a team player. Not every guy is a leader. Not every guy is a team player. Like, Brett actually has that. Like, it's weird. And I think some of the really special guys do. But then there's some guys that are really about themselves. And they're great players. And that's awesome. But they are not for the team. They care about their stats. They want the ball all the time. Like, you know, I think that's one of the most impressive things about the tight end position. You have to be pretty humble about, you know, when you're on the block, like, yeah, that you're not the one getting the ball. Like, that's, you know, so that has to be one of those things that I look at and go, are you a locker room guy? Like, are you a leader? Do you care about your team, or do you only care about yourself? And that, you know, I think that was something else that, you know, DeSean revealed to not only the front office, but like to his teammates and people. You know, you have something to say about that at some point, and you've got to remove the cancer if you can. And Chip was not wrong to do what he did.